Hey guys, in this video we'll be going over the machine cycle, so stick around for that. Okay, so before I go over the address modes, I need to go over the PC counter because it's kind of important. And since I'm gonna talk to the about the PC counter, which is the point counter, I'm gonna go over the machine cycle. So I just have a quick, just have some set up this quick. It doesn't mean anything, just to show you what happens on a machine cycle. So I'm gonna take this to the blackboard and explain that. Okay, so I already drawn this small diagram over here, and over here you see I have on green over here is the small code I wrote. Doesn't really mean much, but just to show you how this machine cycle works. And over here you actually see the memory locations where the code start in our emulator. And the machine cycle is this entire cycle that happens every time we use an instruction. So it constitutes of the fetch, decode, and execute. And a lot of people also add the store or the write back as well with the cycle. So to begin with, we need to a PC. Our point on the program counter is going to point at a part of our memory location over here where our code is stored, and where it points is where it's going to run that instructions. So if it's point anywhere on the memory location, it's going to look at the code and run it. So the first thing we have over here, it starts at this memory location, so that's the so that's where it's gonna start. Memory location 0600. So that's where PC counter is pointing at, right here. We'll use this one right here. So now the machine is gonna fetch, and what fetch is pretty much is gonna get this what's inside of this memory location. So it's fetching this value LDA. Oh, I draw two. So the LDA and then the value over here 10, which is hex for, let's say hex A. And then what the decode is gonna decode this instruction into a readable. So it should be like A9 and A. So so it's this, so it's decoding our code into our machine language, and then it execute. So that's our cycle, that's our loop over here. So now once it's all done and we're done with that cycle, it's gonna increment the point counter for this location, and if you notice over here, it increments by 2. So 60602, because it LDA and hex for A takes actually 2 bytes. So LDA was the byte 09. That's, and 10 it's A, so it takes 2 bytes. So we want the PC counter to go over to this instruction, because if you were 601, it's actually only gonna then the next instruction is gonna be A, and that would be a bad thing. So it's incremented itself perfectly to ASL. So then it's gonna fetch ASL. It's gonna decode, which is the hex for A. So we would do 2 ASL from the example before. I'm gonna execute and so forth. So the cycle is done one more time. So now over here, and see, since it was 8, took 1 byte, we increment the counter by 1. So it's now at 0603. It's a 6 over here. It's gonna fetch, which is the STA address 0, and it's the hex. Let's see, it's 85, and the value is 0. So as you see, next one is gonna increment by 1. It's gonna execute, and as you see, it's gonna store the value on this memory location 0. I think it is hex for 14, if I remember right. And then we're gonna, what's 14? And then the last one, we're gonna increment the memory location by 1. So it will be actually, probably for 13, this is 14. So that's pretty much a cycle, machine cycle. And not to be confused with a clock cycle, which is how long the electricity from your CPU switches. And well, a clock cycle is pretty much the heartbeat of the computer, and everything has to get in rhythm with it. But that's how the PC counter works. And I'm going through this video just because on the next video, the address modes, it's kind of important to keep track of the PC counter. So let me go back to the sample that I've had before in our emulator. And just to quickly show you that our code is actually stored in memory. So here we have the LDA in 10, and here is our shift A, here's our 85 and then 0 and then increment and then the value 0. Let me show you one just to show you this value is going to change. Assemble, run. Let's see, here's 1. And just to show you that it's really, our code is stored in memory, and then it's going to be fetching these values. So that's going to be it for this video. And in the next video, I'll be going over the address modes finally. And see you guys in that video. Thank you.